Okay, welcome to another tutorial. This follows immediately on from the previous one, which you can see right in front of you right now. That's exactly where we left it last time. Right, the last step was, we've gone through it and we've created a whole lot of IK controllers. These are little arm controls and leg controls, and then we added two targets in there. Watch this. See these this body one, we duplicated that, brought it up there, we duplicated it again, brought it up here, and these are going to be the targets, what our head is going to point to. Now, if I press number 1 down right now, in this main screen, it brings up layer number 1, as we saw down below. Okay, what I'm going to do, well, I can't see it there right now because I need to be object mode first. The body itself is on layer number 3. So if I hold the shift key down and press that, then we've got both layers right there. So we can see what's going on. Right, I'm going to go into the armature. I'm going to go into edit mode. We're going to rename these bones here. Body bone is going to be the head target. In other words, the head is going to be targeted. Actually, even better, I'm going to call something completely different. I'm going to call it head track. In other words, the head is going to track or follow that one right there. I'm going to call something here body track. Cool. Now, here's how we do that. Control tab brings us into pose mode, or down here to pose mode. Head, we're going to just press N to get rid of that little sidebar there. See more space. We're going to go into the bone constraints. We're going to add a constraint, and we're going to go track to. So this head right now is going to track or follow this bone right here. Right. Now, what's the target? Well, the target's in the armature, in the skeleton, and inside the skeleton it is called head track. Now you'll notice something very interesting happen. We need to do a bit of rearranging. See down here how we've got global ticked? What that basically is, it shows us the global, the entire world, Z, Y and X axis. We need to go through and turn it into normal mode. In other words, each bone has its own individual Y, X and Z axis. And at the moment, the Y axis is pointing towards the head track, as you can see there. See the Y1 head pointing towards it? We don't want that. We want sort of the Z one, except the Z's pointing out there. Watch what happens if we press Z. Hey, cool, so it is pointing towards it. But if I grab that bone now and move it around, then nothing happens. That's a bad sign. Here's what we need to do. We need to tell this bone here that as well as the Z pointing towards that thing there, we need the Y, the green one, to be pointing upwards. See it up right there? Y. Wait a minute, you may be saying to yourself, it's a little bit weird that it's pointing in. Yes, because see that one there? That's the positive Z axis. This is the negative Z axis. So positive Z, negative Z. Now, if I move my head track around, woohoo, excellent. No matter where it goes, it will be following it, no matter how uncomfortable it makes it, poor robot. Right, next one. Exactly the same for the body. Body constraint. Oops, it is there already. Just need to track up. Track to. It's in the armature, in the skeleton. And I can't quite see it. And the bone is going to be the head. No, sorry, the body tracking bone. Oh, ouch! That looks extremely uncomfortable. So as you can see here, that bad stuff's happening. In theory, the negative Z should be pointing upwards, and the Y, it should have been exactly the same. Ooh. No, it's not. Let's go through and work out what's going on there. So it's like I need the positive Z to be pointing towards it, and that looks about right. Cool. So in normal mode, the positive Z was pointing in that direction, which is different to the bone above, which is spun around. The Y was pointing upwards, and then we've got it. Now, in this case here, I can now move this bone here around and the body turns around with it. Now, that's not exactly very natural. I would actually, like, for example, if the body turned around, I would have thought that the head would be turned around with it. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going back into edit mode. Ping! I'm going to make that head track there be a child of the body track. Why? Because I want the head to move around with the body, and then I can actually move the head track around separately afterwards. Let me show you. Right click the body track, right click the head track, that's going to be the child. Shift, right click the body track, that's going to be the parent. Control P and keep offset. Now you can see it's joined in. If I would go now into the pose mode thing, you'll see if I grab that, then the body and the head move around at the same time. But that doesn't stop me from grabbing the head track and moving it around separately. Grab that one there, move it around. Okay, all good. Select all of them. I'm going to reset everything. Alt G to back where it was. Alt R, so all the rotations are all set back to normal again. And that's it. Right, we've got a few minutes left. We're going to go through and tidy this thing up to make it easier to see what's happening. Okay, we are going to go through and give special shapes to some of these bone controllers. It's just easier if I show you. What I want you to do is go across to an empty layer right over here. We need to make sure that that 3D cursor is stuck in the very center. I'm just going to go Shift S. We're going to snap the cursor to the grid. Just make sure it's stuck right in the very middle. It's not horribly important, but it's just nice to keep it there. Shift A. I'm going to go through and add a cube. Okay, Shift A, cube. I'm going to edit mode, tab key. I'm going to scale it down. Oh, oopsie, I need to go through and change my thing back to global. Change my pivot points to individual median, and then just scale it down so it's a little tiny cube. Done. Okay. I'm also going to just over here create a circle, I think. No, actually, let's make it something different. Shift A, mesh. Maybe a circle will work. We'll give it a try. Rotate around the Z. We'll come back to that again soon. My brain's not working too well at the moment. Right, now, see these bones we've got right here? Those leg controls and arm controls are a little bit hard to see among all those multitude of other bones. Watch what happens when I do this. I've selected the leg control. Now back over here in this one, this cube, I'm actually going to rename that cube. I'm going to rename it Control. Not for any good reason except just to make it obvious and plain. Okay, so the leg control one there. I'm going to go to the bone. I'm going to drag it on down to custom shape, and I'm going to give it a shape called Control, and then hit a wireframe. That basically means that now, when I have my body, I can actually see that control thing from outside the body. That no longer looks like a bone. I can just, let's say I select over there, I can select that box, then grab it and drag it around. Cool. Excellent. Same again. Custom shape. Control. Wireframe. Wireframe means I can see through it. You don't have to see through it, it's all good. Wireframe. Control. Wireframe. Control. Or the other way around, I suppose. And if you want to, you can do exactly the same thing for those guys as well. Or you could give them different shapes. Does circle work? Oh, it does. Huh, cool. And then you go wireframe, control, control, circle. So now, those ones at the front, grab. They are showing where basically that robot's looking. Cool. Okay, that's it. We're going to leave it there for now, and we'll come back to it maybe never. That's enough for now.